Alright guys, we are back here with another video. In this video, it will be two Kolos. One is going to be versus a Sram. And then the following one will be against a Sac. Both are pretty good Kolos. This first one here versus the Sram, it is going at 3 times speed. It was a basically 19-minute long Kalo. The only reason it's going up is because the SRAM that I'm going up against is actually a very good SRAM. This SRAM is well known in Brutus. He's a good Magus. He mages really good. He's also a very good PvPer. He's known for his mages and his PvP. I don't think he has a channel or anything like that on YouTube, but he is really good, so I decided to post it up. It was a really good fight. Like I said, it lasted 18 minutes long. So the beginning of the fight goes, I guess he's tri-element. So he's Earth, he's Intel, and he's Agi. So what he's trying to do is basically that right there. Build a long roller coaster to send me into, and then hopefully he can kill me with it in the end. So at this point, I'm just trying to survive while trying to get a couple hits in. So I sacrifice my sword into a carousel basically the entire time. I'm either summoning a chaffer or a carousel so that they can discover where these roller coasters are. That is the main thing for summoning those two. When you're versing a SRAM, you want to disturb their roller coasters as much as possible. And at this point, I saw an opportunity where I could switch with him and maybe deal a little tiny bit of damage. So I end up landing one hit on him, go right up to him, and then he pushes me back, he runs away. I go right up to him, do full combo, and he goes invisible again. This is why this match took so long. Another tip that I did want to let you guys know, when you are a Sac and you're versing a SRAM, if your set has good damage, I suggest that you go full Vit punishment. Do not use the power punishment for anything, because what you're gonna end up doing is just killing yourself for no reason. So if you go full Vit punishment, you are reducing every single little trap that you fall into. You will be reducing damage. So that's why I recommend going full Vit punishment instead of the power punishment, because you're not really going to be using the power. By the time you can use the power, he's going to be halfway across the map, and like I said, you're never going to be using it. So I always suggest doing the Vit punishment when you're versing SRAMs. It works very well against Earth and Intel SRAMs. I've tried it a couple times against Agi SRAMs, and it has not really worked. You guys see here that with my other sword, I found another roller coaster that he was building. Managed to end up disturbing that with that. And right here, I knew he was planning something because he lined it up perfect for me. But I did it anyways. I was just trying to deal any type of damage on him that I can. So at this point in the fight, he's got himself tucked away in a nice little corner. So I'm trying to gain the distance. I summon my sword, I hot blood myself to the sword, and then I use light speed to gain a couple more cells of advancement. I haven't really seen anybody use the sword in that way, because you can gain about 3 MP by hot blooding yourself to the sword and things like that. So he runs away again. Again with my sword, I'm going to be looking for him and then looking for more roller coasters. He ends up staying right in the corner that he was. He wastes 5 AP, a couple of MP trying to get to me. And at this point, what he's going to do is he's going to switch tactics. He's going to start dealing damage with the Agi spells that he has, which is not a bad idea, because the roller coasters that he was trying to build weren't really cutting it. So he deals a decent amount of damage on me. He runs away again. I purge myself. I do light speed. And I actually managed to get up close to him. I pull him close right to me. Deal 2 attacks. Don't deal a lot of damage, but it's something. He pushes me away again while dealing some damage. At this point, I have to Vit punish myself again. That way I'm safe in case he throws me into another roller coaster. And then I'm gonna keep doing coagulations so that I can gain shield and summon my sword again for the same reasons, so that I can somewhat find roller coasters that he's building. He puts me into a little tiny one. Once I saw him put me into that little roller coaster, I thought I was done for, but actually managed to live, and I deal as much damage as possible as I can to him. And at this point, I find another roller coaster with my my summon, and he turns invisible, deals damage, and runs away. So at this point, I just have to heal myself so that if I accidentally fall into a roller coaster, I'm not dealing as much damage to myself as possible. So here, he's starting to build another roller coaster. So what I do is, I know I just have to stay near him, you know, as much as possible, so that I can finish him off. He's on 100 health right now, guys. All I need to do is land one more hit. So I'm thinking here, what way can I get to him? I don't necessarily need to land a hit, so I purge myself, and then I summon my sword close enough to him so that the sword could actually deal the final blow. And that's how that fight went. Now in this fight, I'm versing a sack. Now these sacks that are the sacks and the masqueraders and the echoes that you're finding in Kalo now, 90% of them are going to be crit damage sets, either chance or earth strength. So what I'm doing now is I'm using my strength set that gives me about, I think it's about 80 critical res, and then I'm putting I think it's the Dorigami, which gives another 35 critical res. So I'm ending up with 120, I believe, critical res. So it's 120 critical res strength set that can still deal very nice damage because it's still a crit set. I still have my own, it doesn't have a crit damage on it, but I could still deal the set does crit, you know, so it deals more damage than usual. So he tells me in the beginning of the fight, he says, "Oh man, I should have never put this set because of how much crit res you have." Now these new crit sets that are coming out are very nice. He basically deals the same amount of damage that I'm doing to him, except I have 120 crit res and I have about 32 resistance to earth. He has about 17% res on earth, and he's dealing as much damage to me as I am to him. So these crit damage sets are really nice. They push out a lot of damage if you are not prepared for it. Now the sad part is that I would like to get it, but those pieces are really expensive. They're really expensive right now, so it's not really worth it. So what I do is I switch with his sword so that I can heal off of both of them, and that way I gain my health back. I do like when sacks summon their swords in very bad positions, because what I generally do is just switch with that sword and deal damage to both of them. You see there he does a 1,344 damage with his weapon on a crit. Guys, like I said, I have crit res and I have 35%, 32% to earth. The only thing is I only have I don't have any neutral res at all, so that's why he's able to deal that much damage. I deal 1,260, gain some shield with coagulation, and that's basically all I could do for that turn. He does another weapon attack. He deals basically about the same, 1,001 or around there. He does his retribution, which is 843, and it's pretty nice. So there I'm asking him if it's that new earth crit damage set that has come out. So it takes me a little bit, sorry guys for typing. And he switches to his sword and it runs away at that point. And then what I do is I heal with my sword, just so I could gain my bit back, and then light speed forward, which I shouldn't have. I should have probably stayed back a little more, but I just wanted to keep pounding away at any damage that I can do to him, take advantage of it. So I leave him at 672, which is pretty nice. He does another weapon damage to me. He deals about 1,100, which is pretty nice. He has 900 vit. He summons his sword, and I believe he heals off his sword. So he actually ends up with 2k in health. And what I do is I just calculate some of the damage that I can put out, and I'm thinking if I crit, I should be able to finish him off. So my weapon is, if I crit, it's going to do about 1,000. So I just am calculating everything, and then my retribution does about 8. So I crit on the first one, don't crit on the retribution, but actually managed to pull out the W. Guys, leave a like and a comment down below. Subscribe, guys. Thank you for all the likes that I've been getting lately. I appreciate it. Peace.